All right, here we go. Okay, let me find it. Today, we're looking at Proverbs. Proverbs 25, verse 11. A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold and pictures of silver. The word a man can speak, and this is my understanding from this verse, the word a man could speak may seem to have value on the surface, which we hear by listening to them. But for one who doesn't just hear the words, but approaches it with wisdom, sees there's nothing but lesser value, a golden bag with no change in it. So what use is it to anyone, right? And then in Proverbs verse 12, we have, as an earring of gold and an ornament of fine gold, so is a wise reprover upon an obedient ear. So the words which a man gives, blessed is the one who hears and wears it, but the gold is only as valuable as the man who listens is obedient. Okay, that's from that one. And we have Proverbs 14. Confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. And I'll say that again. Confidence in an unfaithful man in time of trouble is like a broken tooth and a foot out of joint. So, no matter the treatment a man tries to give to the toothache, discomfort will still be felt. As in, a man who isn't faithful might return to his spouse saying the comfortable words, "I love you," but discomfort still felt knowing his heart is far away from his mouth. And a foot out of joint, which the man feels pain by the snare he has stepped in, hindering his movement. So everything he's doing right feels wrong. Every step he takes, it's going to cause him pain. If the two which are supposed to be joined together separate, and how do I say this? If the two which are supposed to be joined together separate, any action one does will be in pain from shifting oneself out of alignment with the will of God, quote unquote, the disjointment. So we can clearly see that as to why we must stay aligned in order for the word to be able to work through us, for us to be able to understand the messages that come, but only when we are joined together, not when we are disjointed. So in Proverbs 27, it says this: it is not good to eat much honey, so for men to search their own glory is not glory. Men dwell in gluttony in the things they find sweet. So is the man who is self-willed, thinking himself in pride, dwelling in vainglory. And this connects to Galatians 3. For if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. And then in Proverbs 28, he that hath no rule over his own spirit is like a city that is broken down and without walls. For if a man gathers himself according to his own will, thinking himself safe in his house, but there is no lock on the door, which is direction from the Spirit to protect, so intruders won't enter in. But if a man has no obedience to his spirit, he lives with the door open for demons to come in to a clean and swept house, leaving all he has built to be destroyed. Because man did not guard his kingdom, the walls have been broken by trusting security of flesh. and not the security in which we need in spirit to guard our walls so what's inside does not get corrupted. Have a blessed day, guys. That's the message.